Hi, I am the 60-year-old Yogi. If we don't keep our feet supple and work on our balance, we're going to be in big trouble. So let's do it. It's really important to maintain the flexibility of the feet. These arches, the inner arch, the outer arch, the medial arch, act like shock absorbers. And every day with these arches in a healthy condition, they're protecting your knees, your hips, and your lower back. We also know that when the feet become stiff, balance deteriorates, and that is the number one cause of hospitalization is falls in older people. So we're going to work on the feet. You're going to need a golf ball or a squash ball, or you could use a tennis ball for the first part of this session. So I have a lot of these because I play a bit of golf, half decently, handicap of 12.7. But I also use the golf balls to keep the feet supple. So what I'm doing here is I've got a wall behind me. I've got the chair for support because we are going to be mainly standing on one leg. So if your balance is poor, then take those precautions. And I've just placed the golf ball under the right foot here. I've got the heel on the ground and I'm just going backwards and forwards over that medial arch, that arch that goes across the front of the foot there. And this can be very light pressure, so it shouldn't be painful. But if your feet are really stiff and you've been not really doing very much to maintain the arches and the strength of the muscles in the foot and the all the joints of the 26 bones in the foot, if you haven't been doing much on that, then even a little bit of pressure could feel quite uncomfortable. So a bit like a massage, you need to find that spot where, maybe a tiny bit of discomfort is tolerable, but not too much. And then we're going to run up the inside of the foot. So that's the inner arch. And then we're going to run up the outer edge of the foot. And you may find the golf ball rolling all over the place and you'll have to retrieve it. And then we're just going to do some circular movements with the leg and try to get a sense of the golf ball, squash ball, or tennis ball, whatever you're using, is moving over the whole of the surface of that right foot and really giving it a good little foot massage there. And then if we come to a slightly stiller position, and what I'm going to do is just put a little bit more weight through the leg that's got the golf ball on it and move the golf ball around, ease, release, moving the ball each time, and try to find any spots in the foot that would really benefit from a little bit of pressure. It's just like somebody holding a foot and using their thumbs like they do in reflexology to massage and release the foot. Of course, in reflexology, they're doing some other stuff. It has a whole methodology around it. We're just using the golf ball to massage the foot. Okay, and then if you move the golf ball to one side and come onto both feet, you should feel that the foot you've been working on feels very, very different to the one you haven't. And actually, if you do a little forward bend here, what you'll often find is that the hand on the side, on the foot that you've been working with the golf ball, hangs lower. And what that tells us is that a flexible, released foot works up a kinetic line up through the leg, through the right side of the body, and releases the whole of that line. So you feel a bit more flexible and released all the way up the right side of the body. So we better do the left side, otherwise it would be very unbalanced and unequal. Wouldn't exactly be walking around in circles, but it might feel a little bit odd. So same sequence, just moving across the medial arch of the foot, moving up and down the inner arch. Once you've seen this once you've done this once in this class, you might find that this is just a really good thing that you can do in your own time, and you'll know when you've had enough on each foot. Some people like to do it, for 5 or 10 minutes, some for just a couple of minutes, but it's a really effective way of releasing the foot. So I'm doing a little bit of circling now, working a little bit more quickly on this side. And then going to do the little bit of pressure and move, exhale, pressure, keeping the knee bent, taking as much weight as you need to as before in the standing leg, so you're not really pushing that golf ball deeply into the foot and causing pain, but you're just finding the appropriate pressure for you and where you are with the flexibility of your own foot there. Then just have a final little scoot around, make sure that left foot is fine, and then you don't need the golf ball anymore. So look, if you worked on your foot and you've got a good level of flexibility, you should be able to pick it up and pop it somewhere safe, in this case in my pocket. So let's come back to really feeling the feet now, noticing how released they are can really give you a great sense of foundation. I've never done it, but I'm sure if I did 5 minutes of that just before I went to play golf, it would make a big difference, because so much in golf is about finding the feet and finding stability and using that connection to the ground. Okay, so we're going to move on with our yoga practice. And what we're going to do, first of all, is breathe in and lift the toes, and breathe out and relax the toes down. Then we're going to move the weight forward, see the hips shifting forwards. Breathing in, lift the heels. Breathing out, lower the heels. Inhale, toes up. Exhale, toes down. Inhale, heels up. Exhale, heels down. Just carry on with that, but add in the arm movement. Inhale, toes lift. Exhale, toes down. Inhale, heels lift, reach up. Exhale, heels down. Carry on for a few more. This is a really good way to work the upper body, the breath, and also the feet. Inhale, heels up. Exhale, heels down. Let's make the last round. So toes up and down, heels up and down. And then turn to your chair, bend the knees, just do a little bit of cat, breathing in, opening the spine. Exhale, straightening the legs, rounding the back. Remembering not to do too much with the neck or the lower back. Focusing on the mid-back, sinking the spine between the shoulder blades as you breathe in, lifting the spine as you breathe out. One more. Exhale. Okay, and then we're going to step the right leg forwards, and we're going to keep a little bend in this right leg. That's going to work the thigh muscle. And I'm just wriggling this left leg back until I feel a nice stretch down the back of the left leg, particularly through the calf and the Achilles. Now, if you try and overdo this, go too far, that left heel is going to lift off the mat. So if you're feeling that, then bring the foot back in a little bit. If you're too narrow, you won't feel the stretch. So there's a little spot there where the foot is exactly the right distance away. And we're just going to enjoy that stretch. I'm using the chair for support, but I'm not putting all my weight through it. I'm using the standing leg, nice secure position. I'm also next to a wall because we're going to add in a little bit of balance here. So what we're going to do is, on an inhale, we're going to soften the back knee and we're going to roll over the toes, and then we're going to roll back and stretch. Now, when I roll over the toes, there's no weight, it's feather weight. All the weight is in this leg and a little bit in the arms. But what I'm able to do now is really find that rolling position and help the toes maintain a bit of flexibility. Okay, and then if we hold this position, I can now rotate this back leg, rotating the heel from side to side. So I'm rolling over the toes, and the toes are in this scrunched under position. So I'm rolling across the front of the toes to really help to maintain their flexibility. And then coming back into the stretch one more time, and then swapping sides. So find the stretch, find the right position, feel the stretch down the back of the leg, particularly in the calf, and then inhaling, bending the knee, rolling over the toes, exhale, stretching back. Inhale. Remember, it's very light. If you've got any arthritis going on in the toes, any foot conditions, this could be one that you'll need to be very gentle with. We're never going to do a yoga practice that pushes us into pain. That is counterproductive. We're exploring our flexibility and our range of movement and doing sensible things just to extend both. Okay, and then this next time when we roll over, we're going to keep the toes rolled over and just rotate the heel from side to side, rolling on the top of the feet. You probably hear some clicking and crunching and noises coming from the toes, and that's absolutely fine. You're not breaking them. And then coming back and give the legs a shake, give the arms a shake, and give the shoulders a shrug. I'm going to finish off this session with a dynamic movement of sun salutations, but they're a slightly modified version of those. So we're going to come into a sun salutation. Because we're moving dynamically, it's going to involve the feet having to adjust to different body weight positions, and that is also going to help to activate the feet. So start with the arms beside the body and then breathing in, bring the arms up to a cactus arm position. So we're drawing the shoulders back, we're opening the upper chest, and we're not pushing into the lower back, and we're not lifting the head at all. On an exhale, bend the knees, bring the hands to the thighs, keep the knees bent, do a gentle forward bend. Breathing in, flatten the back and lift the body up. Come up halfway. This is a back strengthener. All the muscles of the back are engaged here. Exhale, hands back on the thigh. Take a slightly deeper forward bend. If you are somebody who doesn't like to take the head below the heart, or you've got any high blood pressure or any reason, medical reason not to do that, this is where the chair comes in handy. You just reach forward for that forward bend and stretch like that. Inhale, come all the way up. Cactus arms. Exhale, release the hands down. Breathing in, take the arms up, and if you can reach all the way up and bring the palms together, then do that. Keep the legs straight, just showing you the hand position. And exhale, tilt to the right. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, tilt to the left. Inhale, reach up. And exhale, release the arms down. Second round, inhale, open up. Cactus arms. Exhale, hands to thigh. Easy forward fold. Inhale, halfway up, back strengthener. Exhale, fold forwards. Inhale, coming up, cactus arms. Exhale, hands release. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, side stretch. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, side stretch. Inhale, reaching up, and exhale, release the arms down. So carry on, do one more in your own time, and in your own practice, do as many as you would like to. I'm just going to show you that this can also be done from the chair. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in halfway. Breathing out. Breathing in, open up. Breathing out. Breathing in, reaching up. Breathing out, side bend. Breathing in, reaching up. Breathing out, side bend. Breathing in, reaching up. Breathing out, release the arms. Lift and shrug the shoulders. If you just finished standing version, then just pause in standing or come back onto the chair. We're going to close the session in the usual way. Ideally, you would lie down for 2 to 5 minutes, take some relaxation. As a minimum, always come back to your breath, to stillness. Just allow your body to rebalance and reset. Integrate the benefits of your yoga before you move on with the rest of your day. So eyes closed or downcast. Notice every sensation in your body. Particularly notice the sensations in the feet. Perhaps the feet feel a little bit more connected to the ground. And when we do work on the feet, often we have a kind of whole body sense of stability and ease. And notice your breath. Allow your breath to fall into a really steady rhythm with the principles we've talked about of being low, down in the abdomen, slow, steady, breathing in and out through the nose, unless the nose is blocked. Softening the body on the exhale. And when we've been working on the feet, what can be a really effective breathing practice is to imagine that as we breathe in, we're breathing up from the ground, breathing up through the soles of the feet, all the way up the legs, all the way up to the center of the chest. And as we exhale, breathing back down to the ground from the chest, down through the hips, legs, calves, feet, down to the ground. Just try 3 breaths doing that. Inhaling up from the ground, exhaling back down to the ground. 2 more breaths in your own time. And then after the 3rd breath, when you're ready, blinking open the eyes. Thanks very much. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you want to see more videos, and see you next time.